Hello, welcome. Today is Saturday, the 15th of July. Can everyone hear me? Yes, lovely. Thank you. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Well, I think I do know what's going on. About an hour ago, I got hit with nausea, chills, shaking. It's like something doesn't want me to talk about this today. And I was trying to figure out if that's me trying to stop me or a bit of backlash, but I think it's backlash because it feels very important to get this into the collective, into the conversation. This has been a huge week for a lot of people, a very difficult week, a painful week, a confusing week. And I think I understand why. And there are so many elements to it that I'm going to do my best to try and make this coherent. So I've been talking about this period of going back to 2016. And I've called it like this scenic route that we did, that was out of time. It didn't count, so to speak. But what I realized this week was in order to, I guess, stop us from hitting the mark that we were supposed to hit in 2016, that scenic route had to be established earlier, and it was established in 15. I do believe you could call it a pocket realm. And Home did mention several years ago that a pocket realm had been created, discovered, closed. And I think because everything is out of sequence in terms of, or it's deltas or whatever it is, but they say things that sometimes play out in 2 or 3 years. Everything needs to eventually play out in the physical, in this space that we're in. So I think what we've done is just experienced the close of that pocket realm. Now, or you could call it, you can call it a lot of things, but some people would potentially call it a timeline or a cycle. And when you look at it that way, it is a Russian dolls scenario because there are cycles within cycles within cycles. Now, God, trying really hard. The word shadows, our shadows, dark shadows, shadow work, shadow realm, shadow beings. It just kind of exploded in my reality, in my consciousness, not long after last week's call. So probably the very next day. And it's come at me from others. And Russ is in here too, which is awesome. The word came up for him as well this week, spontaneously. So from what I understand, with this realm, timeline, whatever it was that collapsed, everything contained in it was released, like bursting a big fucking pimple. And all the data, all the information contained in it got released. It's in the collective. People are picking it up. Sands picked it up in her readings. Russ has picked it up in what he's been doing this week. Others are picking it up. There are, and I wish I don't know anything about astrology. First one to admit that. But what I do know that's been told to me is there was an astrological alignment of some sort back in 15. And right now, this month, we are doing it's the mirror of that alignment. So it's like the bookends of this period from 15 to now, this month. But there's also 4 other things, I think, that are the exact same as they were in 15 and haven't been since, or the opposite. So there's like 4 or 5 altogether that all take us back to 2015. I just keeps blowing me away. Last year in August, I did a video, a live called Hall of Mirrors. And that particular Hall of Mirrors was all about the external stuff that was giving us an opportunity to reassess ourselves. This one is the internal Hall of Mirrors. So again, I'm going back to something that Holmes said, that you will go through the Hall of Mirrors. And this is where I believe we are. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll just share screen for a sec because it's a good visual. This is Athena's, sort of crude drawing of what the realms look like, right? So you've got realm 12, the first one that was created. And then this is for me a top-down view, right? And then everything from there got compressed into realm 11, compressed until we get to realm 1, which is where we are. Except we're in a copy of realm 1. So if you take that image that you've been looking at, put it horizontal, and you've got realm 1 in the center there. This copy that I've been banging on about since 16, I feel like I've got more understanding of where it came from and how it exists. But if you're looking at it this way now put a funnel underneath realm 1. And the copy is down here. It's been pulled, and we've been pulled, or we've entered freely, whatever, into this copy. This copy is the shadow world. It is the inversion. Everything I'm saying today is it's not fully formed. And I'm going to say what I used to say all the time in the One People Show. This is what I understand up to this point, and it's open to change based on new information. But it feels important to at least get it out. When we entered this copy, whether we did it willingly, whether we were pulled in, forced in, kidnapped in, whatever the case may be, we created a mirror version of ourselves. Something that is the complete opposite of ourselves. How else do you have duality? How else do you have an inverted reality? How else can you create that shit? You just create the complete opposite. And it's my feeling at this point that those opposites, those mirrors, those shadow beings are the ones that were given free reign or free will. How can we have an experience that we can't even conceive of unless we give the opposite free reign to do what the fuck it wants? These are our shadows. These are our mirrors. These are the darkness. And I actually think this collective of shadows is what we call the virus, the mind virus, because they came, for me, from our minds, not our hearts. Athena assures me all of this only exists in realm one, right? The rest of the original organic, for want of a better word, creation construct is untouched by all of this. And in the visuals I've been getting is that it sits under.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in the full 1.5 hour conversation, link is in the description. And if not, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.